let's see what they're going to start off on attack with. They got D-Field here on the Widow and Slitsaw J coming up with the Junkrat. So, not a half bad team comp, to be honest. And we've seen a number of times, Jordan, where the Junkrat here on defense does so much damage. So much damage.
So much indeed. Slitsaw J, we don't see him play the Junkrat a whole lot. Tuxedo, though,
Baby
caught in the
Poro.
steel trap. And that's some free damage. Yeah. Free charge for D-Field and Slitsaw J.
Yeah, look at that. Actually, 4 team members here for Tainted Minds, all getting something on the board with that one. A lot of assists. Definitely need to watch out for those Junkrat steel traps. To be fair, I probably think that the D.Va mech could probably just fly into the air and leave the trap where it is, but
yeah, but then you'd probably be leaving a leg there as well.
Yeah, well, you've got to watch out. You don't want to get caught out by those. Winston jumps up onto the high ground, pushes them back. Bus trying to do some work here on attack. QVN, big play, picks up Trisamail. That's what you like to see. Zero picks him back up. Tainted Mind still with everyone good to go right now. Quad J, no mech, however.
This is exactly what you want to be doing if you're Bin Chickens. You have this composition. You want to force them off that high ground, put them onto the point, which is a little bit less favorable to fight in. It gives some openings for QVN, and we've already seen him making good use of that Widowmaker so far.
Looking for some kills, not going to find anyone. That's huge. Tainted Minds with a spawn disadvantage, trying to get back onto this point. Quad J's down, Baby Poro's down, Slitsaw J brings one back before he's found out as well. The Bin Chickens in prime position right now, Jordan, to find the point. Zera is dead, no more mercy. D-Field up the back, he'll go down as well. And it's now only Trisamail here on the Orisa. Can stay alive dancing on either side of the shield, but you can only last for so long. Bin Chickens find point A, and will do so with a fair bit of time to work with here, Jordan. They're going to have about 6 minutes to push through.
Yeah, not a bad take from Bin Chickens. They obviously threw a few ultimates in there. Unfortunate for Beta. So far, it really hasn't gotten anything done at all with the Dragon Blades. He's really been focused down well by Tainted Minds today. But in the end, Bin Chickens have enough to push on through. It results in a couple of changes here for Tainted Minds. D-Field has gone off the Widow onto the Brigitte, which does give QVN a little bit more of an easy time. But I guess the rest of the team for Bin Chickens have a more difficult time jumping onto that point, running into the shield bashes.
You can hear the supercharger used here by Trisamail. That's going to give everyone a 50% damage boost. But it's Bus trying to get through into that backline, trying to find some kills. Does have the ultimate available, but look at this, wasting so much time. Can't even get back up. That's half of the Primal Rage gone before Bus can do anything. Trying to find some kills, unsuccessful. Baby Poro will go down to the self-destruct, but Beta, trying to stay alive, wants to use that Dragon Blade. Won't get a chance. Tainted Minds this time around will manage to hold the point.
And Tainted Minds barely used anything in that fight. Obviously, Trisamail, he had the supercharger popped a little bit prior to the fight even really breaking out, which kept Bin Chickens at bay for a while. But the only real ult that they've invested in there was actually Valkyrie from Zeror. We've still got the Transcendence for Baby Poro and everything else there for the rest of Tainted Minds. Once D-Field comes up on this rally and Baby Poro has Transcendence, you're going to have a heck of a time bursting through that if you're the Bin Chickens, even with the Dragon Blade here available for Beta.
Yeah, it's one of those things, potentially a good self-destruct into a Dragon Blade from Slitsaw J. When everyone has to get out of the way of that self-destruct, it can kind of leave your backline a little bit more open for Slitsaw J to push through. Rally is popped. I don't even know if Slitsaw got anything off that one. Going to try and chase them down. You can hear both the Dragon Blades now used. Far less effective when everyone's throwing out a Transcendence at the same time. The only one going to go down there will be Zero, coming out for at least from the Genjis. Self-destruct, no one picked up from that one. Tainted Minds on the point, looking like they have control here. Beta brought back to life. I don't know if it's going to be enough. D-Field goes down. No more Brigitte available here for Tainted Minds on defense. Trisamail now low as well. Bin Chickens finally getting the picks. However, they need to get them almost all at the same time.
Which is exactly what they're not doing right now. The trickle is still well in effect for Tainted Minds and still going to be favourable for them. As long as they're able to go 1-for-1 here, Tainted Minds will be able to hold on to this without a second tick going over in the favour of Bin Chickens. Trisamail back into the fight here, up to 81% of the Primal Rage. I don't even think he's going to need it here because it does seem as though Tainted Minds are getting on top of Bin Chickens right now. Zero with the swap over to the Lucio, a little bit interesting because it means there's no mercy, there's no res available for Tainted Minds, but I guess given the circumstances, it's fair enough. And another Dragon Blade out from Slitsaw J, this time able to get one kill and that's it. But it's enough to force Bin Chickens back.
Maybe he can find Leverett here as well. If he can pick her up, that will be a pretty big stagger coming out. There we go. Now they're going to have to wait for Leverett to come back, potentially trying to chase down the Genji as well, forcing him back. Reality is, don't really want to get into that fight, particularly as you get closer to that attacker's spawn. Tuxedo, however, so close to getting caught out, will get demeched. Again, another player just getting picked up, which means they have to wait for that spawn to come back.
It's quite unfortunate indeed there for Bin Chickens, because it's going to buy so much time.
Have to swap off and come back. There we go. Going to lose any sort of ultimate charge that Tuxedo did have here on the Diva.
Just look at how long it takes them to get back after that. It's been 30 seconds wasted now for poor old Bin Chickens.
They almost got 2 ticks. They weren't successful. 1 tick on the board. QVN looking for Baby Poro. So close. Almost finds the kill. The pulse bomb almost successful. But I think it was Zero actually coming to the rescue with the heals from the Mercy, swapping back to Mercy there, Jordan. So I think it was just a matter of speed the last time around, trying to get back onto the point. This time going to go down. Beta not actually being the one to find the kills. It's the rest of the teams doing work. Bin Chickens this time maybe a little bit more successful. Jordan, the Diva, looking to go down. Trusamel back out onto the point, looking very low. Trusamel doesn't have the ultimate available either, so a lot of work to be done here from Tainted Minds. Slitzel J about to pop the Dragon Blade. Will he need it is the question. Maybe not is the answer.
This fight, still only the 1 tick secured here for Bin Chickens. Pretty good news if you are Tainted Minds. Now they're coming up again on those ultimates. Dragon Blade is here, and D-Field looking for picks as well, I'm sure. Using Pulse Bomb, Quad J back, just to get the mech returning in to him. The Tainted Minds holding very strong at the moment, and Bin Chickens, they just don't seem to find an opening at all.
Yeah.
Brigida, the option of choice now for them. They're really changing things up, but with only 1 minute and 15 on the clock, they don't have impactful ultimates. That's a good pulse bomb. It stuck somebody. Leverett, the perfect target.
Play. Perfect. Great work from D-Field. That's going to cost the Bin Chickens even more time. They started out with about 6 minutes, 15 seconds, Jordan. Now they have 55 seconds to work with. Beta staggered as well. This is so bad for the Bin Chickens. Tainted Minds, let's be real, making some big plays right now, crucial plays. You think you're safe sitting back where they were. To be fair, you probably thought, Beta probably thought he was safe right where he was. You don't expect all of Tainted Minds to come out and caps you in that sort of situation. So, Tainted Minds with 1 more push, and they're going to be in a lot of trouble right now.
Bin Chickens, this is your last chance here on Temple of Anubis. Slitzel J with the Dragon Blade.
Look, Trance comes through, makes Dragon Blade far less effective. Lots of healing coming through. Slitzel J doing what he can.
Won't be able
to do it. 2 big picks coming out now from the Bin Chickens. This is huge. That is 3. Diva's gone down. They're onto the point. That's 2/3 looking for that final tick. Are they going to be successful? Can they do it? Can they do it in regular time? Regular time is looking tough. Maybe overtime will be successful. They need to find some picks. Tainted Minds going to start resurrecting, going to start coming back into the fight. D-Field down. Trusamel down. Bin Chickens looking so good. Maybe they'll be successful here. Slitzel J doing what he can on the Doomfist. Is it going to be enough? Maybe not.
Yeah, keeps himself alive, but the real thing is Baby Poro, 98% with the Transcendence. Really wants to get that one out on the point here with a few players as well. Transcendence thrown out now from Baby Poro just to buy some more time. Trusamel waiting as well for the rest of his team to go down before he gets onto this point. Wall up, he's going to get the ice block up, and then he's going to look for the wall again just to buy even more time here for his roster. Trusamel doing a fantastic job of just being an annoying pest.
Oh man, May in this situation is the bane of my existence, but big plays coming out from Trusamel right now. Normally on the tank, this time on the May, and this May I think has saved them, Jordan.
Not only that, but the Baby Poro Transcendence as well really bought it quite a lot of time, also keeping everyone healed up on the point. Pretty important as well. Bin Chickens not quite able to fully cap it out there on Temple of Anubis. 91.7%. Not a bad hold from Tainted Minds. They had to hold on for a long time. Yeah. Bin Chickens tried so many different combinations, but they couldn't really manage to hammer it home in the end. And Tainted Minds with the trickle, just a little bit too strong.
It was great to see the Bin Chickens come through and almost be successful on that last push. They were at that ultimate disadvantage. Tainted Minds had some great positioning, able to drop down. You saw that the Genji Dragon Blade came out. It was saved. It was countered by the Transcendence from the support. And you thought, this might be the chance. This might be what the Bin Chickens need. And it's a little bit unlucky there perhaps in the end, but great play coming out from Tainted Minds. In the end, a very consistent defense. They managed to hold out for a full 6 minutes. Now the question is, can the Bin Chickens do the same here on defense? Or will Tainted Minds, I'm about to say all Tainted Minds needs to do is capture both points.
Oh, it's so easy.
It's not that easy, is it? It is not that easy.
No, it's not, but it's definitely achievable for Tainted Minds here. We've seen throughout this matchup so far, they have had just a little bit more than what Bin Chickens have brought to the table. And that, as a result, has netted them the first 2 map wins. They're looking for the 3rd here. I think it's definitely doable for Tainted Minds here. They've got a strong Widowmaker, which is really, really nice for that first point. D-Field is going to cause a bit of a ruckus when the rest of Tainted Minds do end up diving in and forcing Bin Chickens out of position. Slitzer J, he does have his moments with the Genji. He's not as consistent as some of the other Genjis that we have in this this league, but I definitely think that you give him a couple of opportunities with that Dragon Blade, 1 or 2 of them eventually are going to have an impact, and we saw that as well in the last round. So for Tainted Minds, they have the tools that they need here, and I think really what was almost their undoing on the defensive side there was just a little bit of mispositioning from the supports, getting picked off at a fairly bad time. In the end, they do manage to hold on okay, and that's not going to necessarily be as much of an issue here on the attack because you're not punished as hard for getting picked on the attack as you are on the defense. But now Tainted Minds are looking for those 1v1s, or 1-4-1s I should say, and looking to force Bin Chickens off this little ledge so that they can then allow D-Field some room to work with. That's a good pick though for Bin Chickens.
It is indeed.
Gives them some peace of mind, at least for the next 20-30 seconds, while Slitzer J respawns.
So the crucial part here, Jordan, Bin Chickens running triple tank. Only got Leverett. Only going to see her there on the Mercy. So one healer definitely makes it tough, particularly if they get picked up. We'll see what Tainted Minds can do here on attack. Whether they're going to be using the dive to full effect. Look at this, knocking everyone off the high ground. QBN very low, not enough heals potentially as well. Going to go down. Quad J picked up. That's a nice little pick coming out from Bust there on the Orisa. D-Field has the high ground on the Arch. Can see onto almost all of the defensive players. Just really that Orisa shield, keeping them alive for now. Baby Poro takes that buff. Shield is gone. Quad J almost goes down. Is actually demeched there in the long run. But Slitzer J on top of the point here on the Farah. Easy picks. They will successfully capture point A. Going to leave them 6.5 minutes, lots of time. Really
see the difference there for Tainted Minds. As soon as Slitzer J goes back over onto Farah, Bin Chickens have got nothing to do. They're going to just have to lose that because there's no one that can deal with the Farah. And we've seen time and time again, teams go for a composition like what Bin Chickens have here, but fail to, I guess, think about the fact that Farah exists. And as soon as that Farah swap comes across, it's an easy cap for the attackers. The second is not going to be quite as easy here for Tainted Minds, but they do have some things to work with, and this Rocket Barrage could prove to be quite critical.
Yeah, Slitzer J looking for a good pick. Beta doing the same, wants to find someone with the Riptide, is unsuccessful. D-Field
huge
with big plays. This might be enough here, Jordan. Slitzer
J,
prime position for a Rocket Barrage onto the supports. Time and time again, that's what we need to see. Beta does find the pick, but it won't be quick enough. Trisamal throws out the bubble, keeps the team alive. Quad J finds the Narcissus. So, tough times here now for the Bin Chickens on defense. Is it going to be enough? Tainted Minds need to go essentially find all the way through, but not quite. Only to 92%.
Well, Tainted Minds haven't even actually managed to get a single tick just yet. The trickle is going to be quite strong for Bin Chickens in just a moment. They might get one tick here, Tainted Minds, but they've lost too many players. They'll be lucky to get away with much more than that, and it does look like one tick is going to be all that they're going to achieve here, as Trisamal will be going down. Self-destruct is out from Quad J, but I think that was a little bit preemptive.
Well,
still, however, gets 2 picks. D-Field another one there as well, and maybe this is still possible for Tainted Minds.
I can't help but feel that was a bad self-destruct, but the results speak for themselves, Jordan. But when you look at what the team now has to do, the kills do, but at the end of the day, the team isn't there to follow it up.
Exactly. So you got, I guess, some value out of the self-destruct, but the timing was not good. Would have potentially been better off being held.
Well, it's going to swap. Swapping over onto Brigitte. So
no, it was Quad J that had the self-destruct. D-Field is the one that swapped. So they still don't have the self-destruct here.
What was D-Field playing?
He was playing Widow, and Slitzer J was playing Farah. So now we've got Brigitte and Genji. It'll take a little bit of time now for Tainted Minds to ramp this composition up. We're not expecting them to get it on this point, but thinking about the tempo of the round, you know, in a minute or two's time, that's when Tainted Minds are going to really try to make this work.
Oh, look at that. The Brigitte essentially counters the Doomfist straight away. Big plays, shield bash, very, very useful up against that particular hero. The D.Va almost getting caught out here as well. Slitzel J into the back line. Finds QBN looking to find Genesis. Is successful. Baby Pyro uses the Trance. Zero will go down, but the rest of Tainted Minds still looking strong. Primal Rage, the last hope right now for the Bin Chickens. How long can Bust stay alive? So very close. Finally goes down. It may be enough. It may not. Tuxedo picked up at about the same time. Self-destruct comes off again. Look at all these picks. Look at all these skills, Jordan. This might be enough, particularly now the Dragon Blade's available. Slitzel J finds Genesis. Unfortunately, the Lucio cannot do much in that scenario. The tanks are going to trickle back on because they died first. But when they go down, this will be it.
Yeah, just a couple more percentage needed for Tainted Minds. Self-destruct on the point. That's a big one out from Tuxedo. That'll actually buy enough room for Bin Chickens to hold on here.
That was a big play, Jordan.
But Tainted Minds getting so very close, and I said it wasn't going to be that fight. Well, in the end, it really hasn't, but this fight has lasted for so long that it's almost allowed Slitzel J another Dragon Blade up. Self-destruct is out here now from Tainted Minds. This is not going to get anything, but Quad J back in the mech. Well, he's going to be taken down quite quickly indeed. I don't think Tainted Minds should be committing anything more to this fight. Just reset it, but Slitzel J has other ideas.
Another Dragon Blade. He literally just had this, Jordan. What can he do? Finds 1-2.
Oh,
there we go. No one on the point. Big plays coming out from Slitzel J. We were wrong, but we were right in the end. That was the fight that actually managed to get them through. It was literally 90 seconds after the fight started.
It did count as one fight, so I was wrong in the sense that I said it wasn't going to be this fight because they did cap it on that fight. But I was also correct in saying that in 1 or 2 minutes, that's when they're really going to want to push this one through. Slitzel J being able to get that first Dragon Blade up, that was the real opening to almost cap it out. And then the second Dragon Blade to almost cap it out, and eventually he does actually cap it out with that one. I thought that there wasn't enough players there, but Slitzel J, he really came up big with Genji, getting multiple picks out of both of those Dragon Blades, really being able to push his team through to the win there. So very, very good round out from him in particular, and Tainted Minds are going to be very pleased with that. Now locking themselves in with the 3-0. That means the series is won, and that means that there is no possibility of them really ever having any problems now, justifying their position here in the top 4. Yeah,
great work coming out. A couple of big plays we saw in defense coming out from Tainted Minds as well. They really did effectively stagger the Bin Chickens a number of times. So, you know, when you're finding the D.Vas, you're finding the Brigidas, you're finding the Mercies, you can't really push back in without those heroes. And then when we came back in, this was a great barrage. This is what we talk about, Jordan. Yes, he goes down. It doesn't matter. Totally worth it. 3-for-1 trade. That's what you want to see. When you're using that rocket barrage, if you can use it in the back line, if you can avoid the tanks, you don't need to get everyone. Find 1 or 2. Slitzel J, I think that was the first of the Dragon Blade. He managed to get another one up in that time. I thought the fight was going to end earlier. I think it came down to the self-destruct on defense. Picked up a lot. I think the Mercy, Zero went down, but it didn't matter. They stayed in. Slitzel J coming through in the end. Huge plays. 3-0. Tainted Minds. Congratulations. The Bin Chickens, they were looking okay, Jordan. They were looking okay.
Well, the Bin Chickens are really getting binned at the moment because they're down 0-19 now.
I don't know. I know we've used it, but I don't know if you can use it when they pick the name themselves.
I'm not saying that I can't or I can. I'm just saying they're getting binned. They're 0-19. They really want this
Yeah, but that's where Bin Chickens like to be in the bin.
Well, maybe.
That's where their food is, mate.
I don't know if they would have wanted to be 0-20 at the end of the season, but they still can avoid that.
They can avoid it.
They can rise. They can rise like a phoenix out of the bin. The Bin Chickens flying away with some moldy chips and stuff.
They're not moldy chips, man. It's literally like someone throws the chips in, they pick the chips up. Like it's basically brand new. What more could you want?
Whatever. They want to get out of that bin. They want to get at least a map on the board. They want to get 1-19, not 0-20. Tainted Minds here want the 4-0. Just to say, well, if Dignity can do it against Bin Chickens, so can we.
Okay, well, a lot of work to be done. One map remains. Bin Chickens looking to get a map win on the board this season, whilst Tainted Minds looking to go for a 4-0. Their first ever 4-0, Jordan, if they succeed. So that's a pretty big thing for them. Moving over to Rialto, escort map, going to be picked here by the Bin Chickens. Are there any Ibis in Italy?
I have no idea. I've actually not been to Italy.
Oh.
But this was actually chosen by, Bin Chickens, which is... That's what they've been choosing. They've been playing on Rialto pretty much the whole season when they've had the option, which they always have because they've not won anything on Assault.
Is the time. Now's the time.
But they're three times played on Rialto, 0 times won.
Yep.
Tainted Minds 2 times played on Rialto. They've won once, which, if you remember, was against Blank Blue, a.k.a. Order.
See, now this is maybe where you would say perhaps this isn't the right map to pick. However, maybe the Bin Chickens only feel comfortable on Rialto for whatever reason that may be. Sure, I would have to assume so. You can say, yeah, well, we've lost our other games on this map. However, it's all relative, okay? If you're better on this map than any other, then it doesn't matter.
Well, let's see what Bin Chickens can do here. They'll probably be starting off on attack. And
the gallery of the Omnics.
They will.
Is that Omnic art or is it an art gallery?
The art sounds like the art.
Yeah, but is it an art gallery of Omnic stuff?
But it's gallery de art Omnic, so it's gallery of the Omnic's art. I would assume. Art. I don't speak French.
Or is it art of Omnic?
Or is that Italian, right?
Look at this. That looks like Omnic type art, doesn't it?
It is. I'm pretty sure it's the gallery of Omnic art.
Wow. You said you haven't been here, Jordan.
I've not been to this particular place.
So, Tainted Minds on defense. Bin Chickens on attack. We'll have a look. Quad J. And Trismal going to be going out with Reinhardt and Zarya. Or QBN looking for a sneaky pick onto the Mercy. Unsuccessful. Did find Baby Porro the first time around. Looking to do it again. You got to be real careful here of getting picked up both ways. Actually, D-Field going to be the one who brings it back.
Double peek. Both the snipers, the Hanzo and the Widowmaker, and it's D-Field to strike first in the Widowmaker battle. Up to 64% of his ultimate. Really putting in work right now for Tainted Minds. They've stalled it at the corner. This is where you want to be stalling it if you are Tainted Minds. This is the choke point that the attackers have the most difficulty pushing through in the first part of the map. Once they get through there, it's a little bit more easier picking. They have some more room. They can spread out. The defenders are the ones that are in the choke point themselves, right next to point A. But for now, it's Tainted Minds with the advantage. Bin Chicken still trying to push through.
I always find the Orisa Diva interesting instead of Orisa Hog. Whether it's just a comfort thing or whatever reason they choose to play it.
More damage mitigation.
Yeah.
Less pick potential, but more damage mitigation, and maybe that's what you need against Tainted Minds. In saying that, though, when Quad J is a Zarya at 80% charge, has been up to 100% already, and absolutely decimating things for Tainted Minds, maybe you don't want to be being a Diva, because the defense matrix doesn't defend against the laser that Zarya shoots out, and essentially you're just free farm, really, for Quad J to build that Graviton Surge up.
Yeah, can definitely be tough with the Diva up against the Zarya. That is faux show, no doubt about it. So, we're going to try it again, however, see how this one plays out. Bin Chicken's pushing back through this time around. 3 ultimates available for them, 3 ultimates available for TM as well. Beta looking to find potentially a pick, you can see. I think the shield's sneaking through the wall, so he knows they're there. Wants to throw out a sneaky little Dragon Strike. A big Dragon Strike straight through the middle, Jordan. Not half bad, to be perfectly honest. He doesn't get the kills, but he splits everyone up. You can see that Baby Pro will need to pop the Transcendence for now. Beta up against, I was going to say, up against Little J, but it's actually Baby Porro who gets the kills. Tainted Minds pushing back through. Nice, consistent work coming out from them. Good hold. Looking very comfortable with this Reinhardt and Zarya combo. And the Dragon, the Graviton Surge, Jordan, now available here for Tainted Minds, as is the Dragon Strike. So in combination, probably can win them this next fight.
Definitely should. Tuxedo, though, available to eat either the Graviton Surge or the Dragon Strike. And he's going to need to be on the ball here. There's the Graviton Surge. Dragon Strike comes out. No umbrella up at all for the Bin Chickens. And it is going to be quite an easy wipe there as Slitzor J does get 2. Yeah. Quad J got dropped, which is actually kind of good news for Bin Chickens because it means he has to charge all that energy up again. But
doing a pretty good job about it, mate.
Yeah, the fight's won anyway.
Yeah, pretty brutal coming out from Tainted Minds right now. Playing very well. This is how it feels you should play this first defensive point of Rialto. You hold the corner there, either have Orisa or you have Reinhardt, a shield tank no matter what, in combination with some sort of off-tank on support. When you do have this Reinhardt, the Zarya is very, very strong, particularly when you can follow it up as well with Slitzel J there.
That's bad news. Tristamel going down. He had Earth Shatter available. Can the res come across? No, it can't.
Self-destruct a little bit high there, Jordan. Bus brought back to light by Leverett. doing what you can to keep the team alive. Quad J almost gets sucked right into the middle of that Dragon Strike, doing some pretty big work. Almost up to 100 energy here on the Zarya. Behind Genesis, that's a big play. Trying to stay alive. Still has the shield available. Look at this. Big plays. The tank's doing so much work right now for Tainted Minds.
Quad J, I don't know how he survived for that long, but the hero for Tainted Minds allowing time for Trisamail to come in, get that Earth Shatter down. I thought Bin Chickens were going to be able to push through to point A. As soon as they got that pick onto Trisamail, Zero tried to get the res. He went down as well, and that's your Earth Shatter gone, and that's your Mercy out of the fight as well. And it really looked like Bin Chickens had their best opportunity, but Tainted Minds, or more to the fact, Quad J just standing on that point, standing tall, and with so much charge on that Zarya, doing some huge work. And now Tainted Minds have set themselves a very easily achievable goal on Rialto.
Is it overtime or is it overtime? Because in that time, it was definitely over. Those were some big plays, very consistent coming out from Tainted Minds. And as you said, Quad J looking real scary there on the Zarya. Big plays. So much energy. There's very little you can do, right? It just starts, it eats into you. It's just, yeah, so much damage. So Tainted Minds now have the potential to clean this up 4-0 and do so very quickly. They do not have to get far at all. 60 meters is more than enough. Don't even need to complete point A. Just have to get it round the corner into the courtyard, and they are hunky-dory.
Yeah, going to be going for a very similar composition to what they had. In fact, it'll be the same. Unless Trisamail decides to go onto Zarya. He's not going to play Torbjorn.
Do it. Torbjorn, I am ready. My body is ready.
He wants to play Ana, so that is a little bit of
pays off.
A change up. Remember, Ana's on the old patch bend, so no buff for Ana just yet.
Yeah, can't shoot through people on your team who are at full health.
More to the point, you can't get that big health buff, the 300 boost when you throw out the nano boost.
Yeah, that's pretty considerable, isn't it, really? Particularly, just think about the plays that you can make in that sort of situation. It's already difficult to deal. Like, imagine Genji in particular or something like that. Those are insane. That's insane. So,
well, for now, Tainted Minds going to be hoping that D-Field will find a pick for them. Genesis needs to charge up that nano boost quickly, but I'm not sure what target you want to be throwing it onto. Probably Tuxedo in this case.
Baby Pori goes straight away down to bust there. Zero picks it back up, ready to go. No more res available for the next 30 seconds or so as they push round the corner. They don't have far to go, Jordan.
That's a good pick. No res available because of the Ana bend.
Yeah, they trade one back at least. That's a 1-for-1. Slitzel J in behind though. You got to be careful in this situation. Storm arrows up nice and close range like that. There's very little you can do about it if you're not prepared. Quad J back out here on the Zarya. So strong on defense. Looking half bad on attack as well. See you later. Goes down. And what can you do? Very little, I suspect, Jordan. This payload is about to get all the way through to the 60-meter mark. Congratulations, Tainted Minds, 4-0. Their first 4-0 of Overwatch contenders. Big plays from them. Commiserations to the Bin Chickens. They won't pick up a map this season, but they will be able to play through trials. We saw Tainted Minds do the exact same thing last season. Look at them now, Jordan. They're in the top 4. Tainted Minds through to playoffs.
Tainted Minds very pleased with that result, the 4-0. Like you said, the first real 4-0 for them of Contenders history. Technically, they've got a 4-0 this season, but this is the one that
I'm not counting it if it's a forfeit.
I agree. I think Tainted Minds are going to be really pleased with that.
Yeah.
I think their efforts this season and throughout the off-season as well have really gone to show. And we're going to, I guess, see them back again in the next season of Contenders, regardless of how playoffs go for them, as long as they stay together as a roster. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to be able to do next season. Unfortunately for Bin Chickens, they do fulfill their destiny as the Bin Chickens and go down 0-20, but at the end of the day, someone had to be 6th in this group, and unfortunately for Bin Chickens, it will be them. They'll be going back down to trials, and maybe we'll see them again next season.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, the exact same thing happened to TM last season. They went down to trials, they came back, they had almost like really an impeccable trials coming back through to Season 2, and now they're getting some wins on the board. They're going to lock themselves a spot into playoffs. Sure, it's going to be a tough battle going up against the #1 seed in Group B, but it's better than playing the #1 seed in Group A, that is for sure.
And it's better than going down into trials as well, because you secure yourself in a spot at next season's Contenders, and you also just get to play in playoffs, another win on the board, a little bit more cash available as well from that one. Every single round win or map win counts as you know, a little bit of extra money for all these guys as well. So it's definitely good news for Tainted Minds there. They'll be happy. I think Order, of course, are going to be happy. They've secured themselves 2nd seed today. As far as everything's concerned, the matches today have gone as we expected. We get the results. We get that 1, 2, 3, 4 that we thought we would. Everything's in order.
Well, Jordan, one more Macca's player of the game available today. Let's go and take a look at what it is. Our McDonald's Australia play of the game between Tainted Minds and the Bin Chickens. It's J on Genji, ready for the Dragon Blade. Look at this. Picks up one. That is Xenesis going down very early on. He picks up Tuxedo as well, I think. So, yeah, overall, crucial play coming out from here from J on the Genji. Yeah,
it really was just essentially a one-man effort. Obviously, Zero there pocketing him, but really, you look at this, and it's literally all J getting all of these kills, and he needed to have a massive Dragon Blade there, because if he would have thrown that out and not gotten the result there, then it would have cost them another minute, another couple of minutes, which maybe they wouldn't have been able to, or maybe they couldn't have afforded being pushed back for that long as well to allow J to build that Dragon Blade up again. So great play from J and great play from Tainted Minds today.
Yeah, absolutely. A very deserving Macca's play of the game. Certainly felt to me like it got them through Temple of Anubis, got them the win, and helped them secure today.